Hi, third grade. Sorry I'm not here for you today, but thanks to my lovely, awesome assistant, you will get your lesson. All right. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
All right. Who can raise a quiet hand? You can film your friends too. What is our learning goal? Nikki?
I can use lines to show movement in artwork.
Awesome. So yes, we need to remember to look at the green side of the board. I can use the lines to show movement in an artwork. Awesome. And many of you have applied that knowledge. Who can give me one example of a technique that you can use to apply movement to an artwork? Yes, sir.
You could use like that little, what is it called? Mannequin.
The mannequin?
And you can do, like, what you do is you hold it on the paper and then you move it carefully to make it look like it's actually moving.
So when we are tracing something over and over and over again, what is that called? An art.
Repeating.
Repeating. Awesome. And to be fancy about it, it's called repetition. Can we say that together?
Repetition.
Repetition. So by repeating something, an artist can show movement. By drawing lines, an artist can show movement. Who remembers those animation techniques that they use to show movement? Does anyone remember the animation?
Lines.
Well, yep, lines, but that's actually the traditional way on paper. I'm talking about the technological ways.
Oh, they move their arms to show movement.
Do you remember what that was called when they stretch it up like that? She's so close. You want to help her out?
Lines of movement.
Nope.
Animation.
Nope. You think you got it?
Repetition.
Well, we already said repetition. It's called a smear. When an animator stretches
That's what I was gonna say.
something. Okay, who remembers one other thing that they use in animated movies to show movement in art? It was another computer technique.
They show one picture and like
Repetition. We already talked about repetition. It's called a motion blur. Remember when they would make the characters blurry to show them zooming by fast? So those are the animated versions of movement. We're going to get to do animated versions of movement at the end of this project when we do the green screen part. But today I just want you to focus on lines and repeating, because those are the things we can do on paper, okay? So after you complete your repetition and you've gotten all your arms, legs, however you want them, repeated in some sort of movement. I've even seen some students repeat the whole body over and over, not just the arm, and that's cool too. But once you're done with your repetition, you're going to go to step 2, which is to add lines and a background, okay, with a pencil. Okay, now I'm going to show a cartoon video of a famous cartoon artist who's going to show you how to add extra lines and a background. Step 2, adding the lines and backgrounds. Now some of you want to add props to the background. Like this example here. Oh, never mind, I took it out. There was a soccer ball with a goal. So you might need to add things to your scene. I've seen clouds, I've seen kids adding trees, I've seen kids adding cars or other characters that are interacting in the photo. So you can add your props and things. And then finally, you want to add your lines, okay? So here's my repetition. I don't need any props. I'm good without, okay? But I am going to fill in my background with movement lines. So maybe I'll have my foot's going that way, so maybe I'll have some lines going like this. See how I'm not just going like around the hands, but I'm also filling the background with lines of movement. That's so we can get to practitioner level, expert level, and filling this space in so it looks complete. All right, and I might want to add some movement lines here because this is a big blank space that I need to fill. So I'm gonna kind of keep this movement going even over here, that even though my figure's still, I still want to fill the space with movement. And sometimes students have even gone vertical lines, horizontal lines. I've seen some students do zigzag, wavy. I've seen all kinds of lines. So vertical, horizontal, diagonal, wavy, bumpy lines. I've seen zigzag. I've seen spirals. I've seen all kinds of lines. So it doesn't have to just be curved lines. It can be any kinds of lines you want to fill your background in with movement, like this example here. Now once you've filled in your background, then you're going to trace with marker. Now, do you need permission for this step?
Yes.
110%, yeah. Okay? You'll just use the Crayola markers at your table, and you can trace in any color you want. Look at this artist. They used red, yellow, blue, every color of the rainbow. Some students chose to keep it cool colors like blue, purple, green. Some chose to do warm, red, yellow, orange, and others chose them all. I mean, it's up to you what colors you want in your artwork. But you do need permission, so I need you to raise your hand. The biggest mistake students make is they raise their hand and they say they're ready to trace, and they're not. They haven't filled their background with movement or props. So I need y'all to make sure that your whole background is complete before you raise your hand for trace. I'll be looking for more expert examples just like these to put on my board. All right, you guys can begin. Have fun. Thanks for watching this video. I can't wait to see you and your awesome artwork.